I died once. Poisoned by the woman I loved. 10 years later, she's back, and she wants me again. The aroma of fresh coffee and buttered toast. It's a simple thing, really. But for me, it was everything. It was the scent of a life I had built with my own hands, brick by loving brick. The sound of my children, Lily, Thomas, and Chloe, was the soundtrack to a morning of beautiful, perfect chaos. Across the kitchen island sat my wife, Emily, scrolling through her tablet with a serene smile. She was my anchor, the woman who had taught me what real, unconditional love felt like. In her eyes, I saw not a past haunted by betrayal, but a future filled with a promise I knew I could trust. You see, this wasn't my first life. 10 years ago, I had woken up in a hospital bed, a ghost in my mind. The memory of my past life was a cold, lingering dream. I was no longer a man slowly dying from a poison I had been unaware of, but a young man on the cusp of adulthood, with a second chance. My name was Jack White, in both lives. But in the first, my love was a lie. My wife was a woman named Judy, and she was in love with a ghost, her first love, Peter, a man she believed had died a hero, saving her from a fire. When she found out I was not him, when she learned the truth, she began to slowly poison me. On my deathbed, she told me everything and swore in her next life, she would never make the same mistake. I took the memories of that first life, the trends, the technological shifts, not to seek revenge, but to build a better future. I invested wisely and my fortune grew. When I met Emily, it wasn't a matter of fate, but of genuine connection. Our first conversation was a simple exchange in a coffee shop that blossomed into a love I knew was real. I married her because she was the woman I was meant to be with all along. I learned that love wasn't about tragic grand gestures, but about mutual respect and a quiet, unwavering devotion. I treated her like the queen she was, and in return, she gave me a love so pure, it healed the scars of my past. My life was perfect, until the day I saw her. I was at the park with my children, watching them play, when a chill ran down my spine. I turned and there she was. Judy. She was older now, but her features were unmistakable. She was pushing a child on a swing, her face a mask of practiced contentment. When she glanced over, her eyes widened for just a moment before she looked away. My heart hammered against my ribs. I knew this wasn't a coincidence. Fate had tried to bring us together once, in a dance of lies and poison. Now, it was trying to do so again. Over the next few weeks, the coincidences began to mount. She was at the same grocery store, the same library, her child enrolled in the same art class as my daughter, Lily. Her face would light up each time she saw me, her voice honeyed and familiar. "Jack, what a coincidence," she'd say, a feigned surprise that was just a little too perfect. I saw through it all. I saw the desperation in her eyes, the same look of a woman who had made a terrible mistake and was now trying to undo it. I changed my routines. I took new routes, went to new stores, but she was persistent. One day, I found her sitting on a bench outside my office building. That was the last straw. I knew I had to sever the connection, once and for all. I walked up to her, my posture rigid. "Judy," I said, my voice flat. "We need to talk. Right now." Her smile faltered, her eyes searching mine. "Of course, Jack," she whispered. "I've been hoping you'd say that." I led her to a park bench, away from prying eyes. I didn't waste a moment. "Why are you doing this?" I asked, my voice low and dangerous. Tears welled up in her eyes. "I was wrong, Jack," she said, her voice cracking. "I was so wrong." "Wrong about what?" I asked, my voice devoid of emotion. "About Peter," she sobbed. "I found out. His accident, it was a scam. He was planning to fake his death for insurance money. He planned the fire. He was the one who was going to betray me, not you." A wave of cold triumph washed over me. I had known it all along. I remembered the look in Peter's eyes in my past life, not a look of heroic sacrifice, but one of panic and rage. "And now you've come back to me?" I asked, my voice laced with bitter sarcasm. "You've come back because your hero turned out to be a villain, and you want to go back to the man you murdered?" Her face went pale. She stared at me, her eyes wide with shock and disbelief. "What are you talking about, Jack?" she whispered. "I'm talking about the last life, Judy," I said, my voice a low growl. "I'm talking about the man you slowly poisoned. The man you looked in the eye as he lay dying and told him he was a mistake. I'm talking about me." Her breath hitched. The carefully constructed mask of a woman seeking forgiveness shattered completely. How do you know?" she stammered. "I remembered," I said simply. "I remembered the lies, the betrayal, the poison. I remembered how you mistook me for a hero who was really a fraud. And I remembered how you killed me for it." She was silent for a long time, the only sound the rustle of leaves. When she finally spoke, her voice was a fragile whisper. "I was so heartbroken. I thought I was avenging him." "You weren't avenging him," I said, my voice cold. "You were just a fool, blinded by a lie you created for yourself. And now, you want to come back and rewrite the story. You want to pretend none of it happened." "I don't," she sobbed, tears streaming down her face. I just want to go back. I want you to love me again. The way you did." "I can't," I said, my voice firm. "That man is dead. You killed him. I'm a new man with a new life and a new family. And I love them with a love you could never understand. A love built on truth, not on lies. You have no place in my life, Judy. You are a ghost from a past I've long since left behind." I stood up, my posture tall and unyielding. "Go home, Judy," I said. "Live your life. But leave mine alone. If you ever come near my family again, I will do everything in my power to make you regret it." I walked away, leaving her weeping on the park bench, her delusion shattered. That night, I sat Emily down and told her everything. My heart was filled with a profound love for her, and I knew I couldn't let Judy's shadow linger over our family. I told her about the strange encounters, then took a deep breath and told her the story of my last life, the fire, the poisoning, my death, and my rebirth. I held nothing back. When I finished, Emily was silent for a long time. Then she reached out and took my hand, squeezing it tightly. "Jack," she said, her voice soft. "I'm so sorry. I can't imagine what you went through." "I don't want your pity, Em," I said, my voice husky. I want you to know the truth. She knows I know. She's a dangerous woman, and she will try to come between us. I won't let her, but I need you to be vigilant. I need you to be safe." Emily nodded, her jaw set with determination. "I will," she said. "She will not come near our family. I won't let her. She can try all she wants, but she will not break us." With Emily by my side, I felt a sense of peace I hadn't felt in a long time. I knew we were in this together, and together, we were unbreakable. Judy, her delusion shattered, returned home to a life that was now a lie. She looked at her husband, Peter, and saw not a hero, but a calculating, greedy stranger. She filed for divorce, and the legal battle was brutal. Peter, with his cunning mind, fought her at every turn. He used her immense fortune to pay for the best lawyers, arguing that she, as the sole breadwinner, should be responsible for child support. He won. She lost the house, her savings, and her children. Peter was awarded full custody, and the judge ordered her to pay a hefty sum in child support. She was left with almost nothing. She had tried to reclaim a past she had romanticized, and in doing so, had created a far greater one. One day, I saw her from a distance, a ghost of her former self. She saw me laughing with Emily and our children. She looked so lost, so alone. I didn't pity her, but I understood the depth of her regret. I knew the pain of a life built on lies. But I also knew the joy of a life reclaimed, of a love built on truth. I looked at Emily and smiled. I had no regrets. I had escaped the shadow of my past and found the light of my future. I had built a life and a family that was truly my own.